was quite simply an icon to many generations and single-handedly put the entertainment on the map for the glittering mecca that is Las Vegas. But could this star now literally be coming back to life, and more importantly in Las Vegas? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the heart of London. Hope you're all keeping well today. Today, by the way, I've got to tell you, is Freedom Day Mark II. Apparently we don't need to wear masks wherever we are, particularly just in England. I'm not sure what's happening in Ireland, Scotland or Wales as ever. People are so confused. I'm sure you are wherever you live. But back as ever to your breaking entertainment story of the day. Now, as we know, recently we had a big British star that was supposed to open in Las Vegas and cried off quite literally at the last minute. Lots of people speculating what the bigger problem was. I think basically, if you want my honest opinion, she simply got stage fright, couldn't deal with it and moved on. Even though it was only weekends with Adele, it wasn't a 5-night-a-week residency as a lot of people have been claiming. But this particular star who we're talking about today truly is an icon of entertainment all these years down the line. I was lucky enough to meet him very briefly towards the end of his life when he came over here to London basically to promote a book, and he popped up on an afternoon daytime show. I was really stunned by that because, of course, you know, to me he was still a huge star. Who we're talking about? King of Keys, of course, Liberace. Liberace was a firm favourite, let me tell you, with the British monarchy, in particular Princess Margaret and indeed Queen Elizabeth. Now, Queen Elizabeth, of course, was unfortunate enough not to be able to see him perform at that year's Royal Variety performance way back in 1956 due to the Suez Crisis. That particular show was cancelled at the very last minute, echoes of Adele, eh? And sadly for Liberace, he didn't get to perform for some years in front of the royals, but he didn't bother, of course, because he was invited over to Windsor Castle to give a private performance. What an honour, and he won that he never truly forgot. He really loved the British monarchy, let me tell you. As he often pointed out, they're the only people in the world that have more diamonds than him. A great funny man indeed. Now, a little bit like another set of 70s superstars, ABBA, they're coming back later this year with their own avatars. I don't know if you've seen this, but this is basically against green screen digital technology, which makes ABBA come back to life on the stage. Now, they've created their own avatars by donning these very fabulous suits. But more importantly now, people in Las Vegas, creators as they're now called, are hoping to do something very similar with Mr. Liberace himself. Now, I'm not quite seeing how this would work because a few years ago they tried a very similar show over here in London with Sinatra at the London Palladium. This was using unseen television footage of the great old Blue Eyes himself, with dancers interacting with big screens. It was a spectacular show, I thoroughly enjoyed it, but it seriously did not take off with the audiences. Not quite sure why, as was not also his daughter Nancy Sinatra, who I was lucky enough to meet and spend some time with. Lovely, lovely lady. Now for Liberace, of course, it's a little bit easier because there are many hours apparently of unseen footage of him at the piano and addressing an audience at home, some for a proposed TV series that never was. So for now it looks like all ideas are on basically to try and recreate the stars of yesteryear, to try and bring in some much needed money to a place now that seemingly can't seem to hold on to its stars. Yes, Adele, I'm talking to you. Can Liberace reign once again on the Las Vegas Strip? I, for one, truly think he could if they get it right. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.